Local hobby events. I thought this was a one-time thing to be careful of, but when I dug deeper into it, I discovered that it's an issue that's affecting the whole country. As a content creator with a digital avatar, my whole branding and identity is designed by artists. What better way to discover new artists and to touch some grass than to go to things like artist alleys and craft shows? But what happens when you walk into the event location only to find out that it's completely empty? It's a truly bizarre scenario, but that totally happened to me as an attendee. Why do these scams even happen, and what should you look out for so that you don't waste money getting to the venue, or even worse, getting scammed by paying an admission fee? I tend to come across local art and craft shows through posters or local community pages. I feel like I'm always too late when I see something on Instagram, but sometimes I do manage to catch some good events happening there too. Sometimes there's a certain weekend that's packed with events all over town, so I gotta pick and choose which ones to go check out, as I can't visit them all. One weekend, I was deciding between two maker shows. To compare, I always check out additional details like a list of vendors or footage of past seasons. Turns out neither one had much information on it, like no Insta page, no website, just a listing on different event sites. The locations were quite popular open area spots for events, so it's not like it was happening in some dark, sketchy alleyway. They both had a call for vendors and sponsors with free general admission. The first one looked like the target demographic was more towards people who liked candles or jewelry, and I am so tired of seeing candles at craft shows, so it was almost an instant veto for me. The second event listed out that in addition to local makers, there was also food vendors. I was definitely more interested once I heard there was food. I tried looking for more info of what kind of event it was because the details were just so generic. We'll have local vendors and food trucks. Come enjoy a great time. Stuff like that. Alarm bells were pretty much ringing at this point, so I didn't really make the effort to plan my day all around it. Instead, I did some errands in that area and would stop by to check it out as it was on the way there. I can't help but being curious, And, content. Thank goodness my gut wasn't stuck in the toilet because lo and behold, when I showed up at the supposed venue, it was completely empty. I even took the time to wander a bit further to see if it was held indoors, but nope, no signs of vendors trying to set things up, no trucks or anything. So I just went to do my errands and then came back home to start researching about what happened. Turns out there is a bunch of these events happening all across the country every month or so. Look at these. They all have similar generic descriptions, hosted by some event with a single-digit number of followers, and no other events hosted in the past. They promise things like local vendors, a wonderful time and delicious specialty foods. And some of them do put some additional effort in the promotional banners, but most of them just have AI-generated market pictures or way too close-up of barbecue grills. The name of the event most likely has the city name plus a mishmash of art market, food festival, insert season here, something that ChatGPT can probably spit out in seconds. Actually, come to think of it, the whole description is probably generated here, including the location, because sometimes the description will explain the venue quite accurately, but nothing beyond what an event brochure would write out. So why are these scammers going through all this effort to make so many craft fairs and things? It's not the attendees that they're going after. It's probably the vendors. Well, technically, they're probably also harvesting attendee names and emails or whatever Eventbrite sends over to the event host. It's like how if you end up answering one spam call, you'll get more and more in the future just because the line connected and you said hello. Or if you got scammed once, you'll be targeted more because word gets around between these scammers, and if you did it once, you could probably do it twice. But genuine vendors have it the worst. Most of these kinds of events, or things like artist alleys, are made up of small business owners who make a living off of selling at booths. They pay for vendor fees to set up their items at an event, but that's only the tip of the iceberg of expenses that happens per event. Think transporting inventory, setting up displays, the opportunity cost of taking an event over another one. Someone posted their experience with one of these Eventbrite scammers, and it seems like it's a more recent thing that's happening this year. Supposed organizer will always approve your vendor application and then ask you to pay the fee, then promises to contact you a week before the event happens, but of course, they will just ghost you at that point. It's a good thing that veteran vendors are advising what to look out for the vending side. I feel like it's a little harder to identify on the attendee side, because there's a stupid amount of real events that are using generated images for their posters and logos that it can sometimes be hard to determine which one is a real event and which one is a fake. Kinda surprised these scammers aren't charging an admission fee, but for me, I probably wouldn't have gone if they did that, so. Even for real events, I don't pay until the day of if I can, or just pay at the door, because with friends, sometimes schedules change and we all have to postpone the meetup, and most of these events have no refunds on tickets. But if you're an attendee, I do these things to check if an event is legit or not before going. An event should have a site or socials, especially Instagram, and frequent marketing posts leading up to the event. See if there's any news or photos from previous years from local news sites. Check if there's a list of vendors, or if vendors are announcing on socials that they'll be at the event. Check the venue's calendar or list of upcoming events. It should be there. If not, you can always call the venue to double check. You might think, oh, these tips are quite obvious, no? But sometimes it really isn't, especially if an event is highlighting things that you are a fan of, or the excitement and adrenaline can really blindside you at times. Even more so if there's limited admission or limited goods. Stay safe out there when touching grass. If you liked watching this video, check out this one about avoiding art scams, or this one that's recommended for you. I stream games and hand cam activities like model kit building, TCG pack openings, and unboxings on Twitch. And if you want to support the channel, consider joining the membership. Check out my wishlist on Throne to support upcoming content ideas, or other ways listed in the description box below. Bye for now!